I'm Richard Southern in the 680 newsroom. Good evening. A dizzying plunge for Facebook today, the worst day for its stock in history. Never has there been a bigger drop for Facebook shares. They got hit hard because of some weaker than expected earnings that came in last night. Its second quarter revenue up 42%, but a little bit short of what investors were looking for, coming in at $13.2 billion. What really concerned the market was the company's earnings conference call. On there, we had the CFO talking about how revenue growth will decline for the rest of the year. And further worrying traders is the fact that Facebook's active user growth was in reverse for the first time ever in this quarter. The decline is bad news for a company that has generally been a rocket ship. It's seen user growth just skyrocket ever since its inception. In Europe, they lost 1 million active users in the last 3 months, Facebook. In the U.S. and Canada, user growth flat, and that's kind of the problem. You can only grow so much. Here's the other factor, the scandals that Facebook's been embroiled in, perhaps starting to show up on the balance sheet now. Of course, the Cambridge Analytica scandal, perhaps people are shying away from Facebook, so big drop for that stock today. Bad news when it comes to your grocery bill. It may be going up. Loblaws says it's probably going to have to raise prices, and soon. The reason? A trade war between Canada and the U.S. Loblaws warning that the tariffs that Canada put on place on U.S. imports will likely result in higher prices for things like yogurt and coffee, soy sauce and mayonnaise, higher transportation costs, and the lower loonie factors as well. Twitter stock taking a bit of a hit today, and it was because of a Trump tweet in which he took aim at Twitter. He wrote this, Twitter shadow banning prominent Republicans not good. We will look into this discriminatory and illegal practice at once. Many complaints. What's shadow banning, you ask? It's the act of blocking a user or their content from an online community. There was a Vice News report alleging that Twitter was holding back some content from some Republican members in the United States. Twitter denying that. Of course, Trump has used Twitter very effectively to get his message out, but there he was today attacking that very service while using that service. Here's a question. When you get into a taxi cab or a ride-sharing service, do you like to talk to the driver, or would you prefer no chit-chat? Some people don't want to talk so much, and so Lyft, the ride-sharing company, it's cluing into that. It's considering adding what it calls a Zen mode button in its app. It would allow riders to indicate that they aren't in the mood to speak and that the driver should perhaps leave them in peace. Could also work in reverse, the company says, so that drivers who maybe want to concentrate on the road could ask the rider to be quiet in the app. Interesting stuff. Finally, some news out of the confectionery business today. KitKat can't catch a break in Europe. A European court won't allow KitKat and its maker Nestle to trademark the chocolate bar's unique four-finger shape. Denied that, and it's curious because, you know, other food and beverage companies have been able to trademark the shape of some of their products. Toblerone, for instance, was decided that the triangular shape of that chocolate bar was so distinctive that they awarded a patent to that, so you can't make a similar shape. Coca-Cola, its famous contour bottle, received a trademark in 1960. Pringles granted a trademark for the shape of its chip in 1976, and Hershey's in the 1920 got a trademark for the famous shape of that chocolate candy. In the 680 newsroom, Richard Southern, City News.